Hello, everyone. I hope that you all had a very, very happy Mother's Day this year. And I hope that for those who celebrate the Festival of the Mother, that you had a very meaningful Heavenly Mother's Day. And now that time has arrived. It was actually yesterday was the time, was day of her grace, but because of this ongoing family emergency, which I mentioned last week, had to delay making the video for a day, so today we'll celebrate Day of Her Grace. Now, what is it about Day of Her Grace that's so special? What do we feel? What do we feel inside when we think about Day of Her Grace? What is the point of Day of Her Grace? Well, Day of Her Grace is the day that Goddess forgives us all. It helps us overcome our karma and our karmic debts. She forgives us, and in turn, she asks for our forgiveness as well. And I know some of you have heard about Maleficent. Maleficent Goddess. Not the character Maleficent from Disney, not her, but Maleficent Goddess. She invented all evil. So all the evils that we've known in our world, she invented them. And great good Goddess, the central core of Goddess that's good, separated herself from Maleficent a long time ago. But the two of them are still part of the same whole. So what does this mean? It means that Goddess would like our forgiveness for the things that Maleficent has done. And we can extend our forgiveness to Goddess on Heavenly Mother, or not Heavenly Mother's Day, on Day of Her Grace. Day of Her Grace, we extend our forgiveness to Goddess and ask for her forgiveness in turn. She can forgive us. She can guide us to overcome all of our past karmas and lead to salvation. I've heard of salvation before. It's Christian salvation. This salvation's a little bit different because we actually have to either pay for or atone for our past sins or karmic debts. We have to pay for them. We have to pay for them. So, in order to pay our karmic debts, some of them might be simple, like receiving welfare or receiving money. It might be something that's not even a sin, but it could be a karmic debt because you received something from somebody else and you have to pay it back. So when you give to charity, you overcome that karmic debt that you may have for receiving welfare or other subsidies from the government. So, either welfare or charity. When you are a recipient of charity, you have to pay it back. You have to pay it forward, and it's not painful. It's just you parting with your money, giving back to a good charity. So, what do we know? What do we know about Day of Her Grace? Well, Day of Her Grace is an important holiday for us. It's not actually really a holiday because it's a time of it's kind of like the Jewish Day of Atonement. It's a little bit like that, but Day of Her Grace features Goddess at the core. And the thing that's special about it is that we extend our forgiveness to the Goddess. And Goddess really, really wants us to both to atone for our past karmas, and she also wants us to forgive her. She wants to forgive us, and she wants us to forgive her. And so we have to extend our forgiveness to Goddess. Now, you're probably wondering at this point something way out of left field, like what is it going to take for Goddess to forgive someone like Trump, for example? Now, whatever Trump's karmas may be, that's your best judgment. I'm not going to tell you what Trump's has to atone for. You may know yourself what Trump has to atone for if you have been following the news and figured out what Trump has to atone for. But you're thinking to yourself, either way, whether Trump chooses to atone or not, he is one tough cookie. Okay, it's going to be very hard to crack his shell because he's I can't even tell you, I can't even describe him to you. He's just he doesn't give in easily. Let's put it that way. He doesn't give in easily. He's stubborn. And he's a tough shell to crack. So because he's a stubborn and because he's a tough shell to crack, and because he's hard-boiled, basically, it's going to be very hard to reach Trump. It's going to be very hard to reach him. And so what is the short answer? The short answer is that for someone like Trump to atone to Goddess is going to take thousands of years. It will. It'll take thousands of years for someone like Trump to reach Goddess again, because he is set. He's dead set on a course away from Goddess. He's determined. He's absolutely determined to go against the grain of Goddess and to do wrongs and wickedness, because he doesn't really believe in anything way deep down. So it's going to take a long time to reach Trump. And the problem with Trump is perhaps that he thinks somewhere way in the back of his mind that because of the forgiveness factor of Christianity, that all he has to do is say, I'm sorry, all is forgiven, right? That's all he has to do, and that he gets a free pass into Christian heaven. Well, it doesn't work that way. I'm sorry, no, it doesn't work that way. He can't just say, I'm sorry, and get into heaven. He has to atone for his crimes and for his sins, whatever those may happen to be, because I know a lot of you don't believe that Trump has done anything wrong at all. And if you've been following the news, you realize at the very least he's a liar. And at best, he's just a tough shell to crack. He's hard-boiled. He's cynical. That's at best. And we know he's at the very least he's a liar. But at the worst, can't even imagine the worst, right? We don't know all the bad things he's done, but at the worst, he's the worst. At the worst, he's the worst, as hard as they come. So, yeah, it's going to take a really long time. And Goddess has this planned out. Goddess has a plan for each of us to reach us. She has a plan. So she's been planning this a really long time. Goddess has. She has an idea of what it's going to take. She knows what it's going to take to reach each of us. But because of free will, we can take longer or shorter than what she would like us to take. And so we don't know. Trump could apologize to Goddess tomorrow, or he could take 1,000 years. But here's the main thing. Real quick summary of this. In order to for Goddess to forgive Trump, Goddess can forgive Trump, okay? But for others that he's wronged, for the people that he's wronged. They have to forgive him also. Goddess can't forgive a sin that was committed against somebody else, and that somebody else could be a human being. So all the human beings that Trump has wronged have to forgive him also, or else he has to be punished for what he did to them. And so that's going to be really tough. It's going to be really hard for Trump to get the forgiveness of all of the people that he's wronged. So, like that guy he sent to El Salvador, or whatever country it was, he sent somebody away from the U.S. and has them imprisoned. And they were an American citizen. So this is, and they were wrongfully detained, and it was just because they had a tattoo. Like having a tattoo is a crime, right? Yeah, having a tattoo is a crime. But we know that the people that work with Trump and cater to Trump now are cynics themselves. They have to be cynics because they know when he's lying, and then they cover up for him. So that makes them even worse than he is in a way. And so, they're a hard-boiled bunch. They're really tough cookies. They're tough shell to crack, and they're unrepentant. And so, for people can choose to forgive them if they want to, but why would they want to forgive them? Nothing's bad's going to happen to you if you don't forgive somebody. I know in the Bible it says, "Oh, you stole a cookie. You stole a cookie. You're dirt. You're scum. You're bad to the bone. You're the worst human being who's ever lived, and you deserve, for stealing that cookie, you deserve to burn in hell forever. But forgive everybody, including your child molester father, and then you can go to heaven. Yay! And all you have to do is say, I forgive you. Yay! Oh my gosh. You can see how wrong that is, right? It's out of balance. It's out of whack. It's not right. It's not right. It's not fair. And it's not good. Okay? Yeah. Okay. It's not fair, and it's not right, and it's not good, and we know it. We know it, but some of us just can't admit it to ourselves because Christianity has such a powerful influence on our society. So because it's wrong to say that, no, you do not have to forgive others, and you're not going to burn in hell forever if you don't forgive others. That's the simple truth. You're not going to burn in hell forever for not forgiving somebody who's wronged you so deeply. And some of these people, it's more of an act of caring not to forgive them. It's true. It's more caring of you, and it's more kind of you not to forgive. Because if you forgive someone, they get off the hooks. They're scot-free. Okay? They never have to pay ever for what they've done. And they don't learn their lesson either. They never learn their lesson. They're unrepentant, they're unremorseful, and then they keep going down the path deeper and deeper, digging a deeper hole for themselves. It's kinder not to forgive them and to make them pay. Just like do you think our law system is Christian? No, it's not. Because they don't forgive everyone for what they've done. They put them in prison, they prosecute them. That would be considered unchristian, right? But if you didn't have that, there would be lawlessness. There would be no law and order anywhere. It would be lawlessness everywhere. So that's why we have a legal system that's definitely not Christian. And it's a simple fact that you would have lawlessness if you forgave everyone and didn't make them pay for anything that they've ever done. So it might be an act of kindness. It actually might be an act of kindness to hold Trump to account for whatever he's done. Because if you don't hold him to account, he's just going to get even worse. It's like a cry for help, really. He's crying out for help by committing these heinous acts because he wants somebody to stop him. He really wants somebody to stop him. He pretends he doesn't, and he fights it to the nth degree, but he really wants somebody to stop him because he knows deep down that what he's done is wrong. On some level. I'm not saying it's a conscious level, but on some level he knows what he's done is wrong, and his continued acts of treachery against others are a cry for help. So what do we do? What do we do? Can pray to Goddess for ourselves, because we can't bring others into the light unless we go to the light ourselves. So we have to pray for ourselves first, and pray for forgiveness for ourselves first, and to pray to accept our karmas and our karmic atonement for the things we've done, and to move toward the light, which is Goddess. So, this day of our grace, forgive the ones who matter to you that are ready to accept atonement, and forgive those people, the people that matter most, for what they've done. And then pray to Goddess and forgive her for whatever she's done to you, and also ask her forgiveness for the things that you've done to her. So anything that we've done to harm or cause pain in this world, all of those things affect Goddess also, because she suffers right along with all of her creatures. So we have to atone to her also for these things. And then once we've accepted our karmas, then we should forgive Goddess. And I know it's tough thinking that a superpowered being needs forgiving, but it is true. It is true. She does desire forgiveness. And she is more than ready and willing to atone for whatever she's done to you. So that's it. You guys hang tough. Hanging tough. Okay, so you guys atone on this day of her grace, and extend your forgiveness to Goddess, and take care of yourself first, and go to the light first. And then once you've cared for yourself and gone to the light, then you can help others to also atone, and to ask for their karmas to be received, so that they can go move toward the light as well. I'm Sarah Jane Alpha Wolf, signing off. Have a terrific week, and take care.